I'm Sam from Sound on Sound magazine. I'm here at SynthFest UK and I'm with Tom Carpenter of Analogue Solutions. Hello Tom.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
Now we're standing in front of certainly the largest and possibly the most impressive product launch of this show, which is the Colossus.
That's right, yeah.
Tell us a bit about the background behind this instrument.
I suppose it stems from when I had a Symphony 100 for a while. I started restoring Symphony 100, ultimately finished with that and sold it on, and I guess it kind of sparked something. I did swear I'll never build a big synth again after the Polymath, which is probably a quarter of the size. But I think I just woke up one day and thought I'm going to do something like a Synthy, but that is not a Synthy.
So this is like your dream modular synth. It's like if you could have no holds barred, no expense spared, this is the instrument you would make.
I guess it is, yeah. I mean, I didn't just design something based around the circuitry, but it was also the imagery and the actual design of the cabinet. You know, it's the whole package, really.
So sort of the culmination of all your years as a synth designer, kind of distilled into one instrument.
Just that love of vintage synths that really look vintage rather than trying to be space age or, you know. So it was that early 1970s, big chunky knobs, large VU meters, you know, the oscilloscope. It's that kind of science lab, sound lab kind of thing.
And are you chasing a particular kind of vintage sound with it, or is it more modern type thing?
Yeah, vintage sound. I mean, pretty much all my products are renowned for having a very genuine vintage tone. You know, they sound old, which is what I love. So because this uses circuits that I've gathered over the years and I'm using my products, it has a genuinely old kind of sound. You know, that kind of a bit kind of stable but not stable, you know, because you don't want everything too crisp. You don't want perfect oscillators that sound digital. They've got to have that subtle drift without going out of tune, if you know what I mean.
Right, okay, so are they based on any of the kind of classic Moog or EMU circuits, or what are they?
Yeah, I mean, everything stems really from Moog and Oberheim, really. That's kind of the pioneers. So they're variations of all of these circuits, plus circuits of my own, circuits I've adapted. You know, it is just a good old mix.
So every Colossus you make, will it be exactly the same, or will there be options that people can spec?
No, options seriously puts manufacturing costs up. Because if you get a front panel done, you know, you have to get 50 made or whatever. You can't really make one. That's not to say there might not be subtle changes here and there. We'll have to see.
So the overall general spec of the instrument, what are we talking about?
Do you want me to run through roughly from left to right? I don't know if the camera can see this, but on the left we've got 12 VCOs, which can go down into LFO range. So they are LFO/VCOs. They've got a super high range, sub oscillator, pulse width, 4 waveforms. You've got the vernier pots, which gives you very precise adjustment. Yeah. Then we've got 2 noise generators with pink and white noise. Random voltage generator, sample and hold, oscilloscope.
Oh my goodness.
There are 12 VCAs, 4 of them are here, 2 additional LFOs on top of the VCOs, 4 ASR envelopes. I'm rushing through it a bit so that we can get it all covered. We've got 4 multi-mode filters with VCA, 4 transistor ladder filters with VCA, 4 envelopes, full envelopes there with repeat functions, 2 spring reverbs, 2 ring mods, 2 slew generators, 64-step sequencer, stereo mixer, 2 joysticks, 2 keyboards with 2 note sequencers in there. And then obviously the whole patching system is part of the synth as well. A key point.
Wow.
I think that's most of it, yeah.
So I guess with a synthesizer built on this scale, the kind of pin matrix patching system is really the only one that's practical, is it?
It's just one way to do patching. You know, you can use jack sockets, pins. It's a different way of working. When you create a different way of working, you get different outcomes. You have to approach it differently. You might find creating a sound or a patch that you might not doing in another situation if it was just jack leads. And then pins as well, it does free up some of the cabling, and there's an element maybe of what you just like personally, what you like the look of, or
yeah, well, like you say, if you want that kind of 70s lab equipment feel, it certainly has that air of mystique about it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, vintage synths are very tactile, aren't they? And it's just something you might, as a musician, really feel is really hands-on, you know.
Excellent. And so is it designed to be able to be played polyphonically as well as monophonically?
It could be. Really, to be honest, it's more multi-channel mono, but there is no reason why. I think you really need an external poly controller of some sort, whether it's like a MIDI to CV converter that's poly, or you can get some kind of poly CV keyboards, new and vintage. So it's really just partly down to the external equipment as well. You can think of this as like a 12-channel multi-timbral mono synth, if you like.
Well, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
So this one we're standing in front of, you say, is 90% finished.
Yeah.
Are there others yet?
More.
Is this the only one that exists?
Yeah, this is the full prototype. I mean, externally it's 99% as it will be. Internally, it's 95% there. I mean, these are like the final pre-production PCBs. So, yeah, it's as close as you can get to a finished one, really.
Awesome. And I'm kind of imagining this is the sort of instrument where if you have to ask about the price, you probably can't afford it.
Yeah,
but
kind of.
I'm going to ask anyway. How much is it going to cost?
So 25,000 plus VAT. So yeah, it's obviously super premium, but the price reflects the quality of the build and the wood. I mean, the pin matrix boards themselves are nearly £1,000 each just for the panels. So it starts.
Yeah, well, I'm sure anyone who's seen this thing with their own eyes will realise exactly why it's an expensive instrument. I mean, it is huge and it's beautifully made, and the parts look amazing.
You know, it's pretty much the whole of next year is going to be building these. The demand has been higher than expected, so it's impossible to predict something like this, the demand for it, but it'll be pretty much full-time work now for the next few years.
Well, I mean, I think it's incredible that you've had the ambition and the courage to build an instrument like this, and I think you deserve every success with it, so congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, designing this, it was more of a project and, you know, a promotional thing. Well, the promotional side was more of what can I get out of it, because I can't spend all this money building one. Well, what's the benefit aside from having this beautiful instrument? As well, it's going to get a lot of attention. But I did design it in such a way that I could replicate it if necessary, just in case, which is a wise move, because, yeah, it's kind of, there is a list growing.
So if I wanted you to replicate one for me and I had 25 grand to spend, how long, what's the lead time on it?
Probably, well, I'm not going to start building until next year, like January. So it's going to be about 3 months before they start shipping. So we're looking at spring onwards. So yeah, I'm in the process of getting the first units, kind of all the parts ordered.
Wow, well, I'm sure it'll be very much worth the wait. So thanks very much for showing us around, Tom. Really appreciate that, and have a great show.
Yeah, you too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye.